How to know if I build too many links for an inner page. I mainly compete with a couple of much higher DR sites that do not actively build links on their inner pages since they rank with their general authority. Because of this, I have no reference of how many links should I build on my inner pages, and I do not want to blast a lot of links and take my pages. Currently, I'm building 4 to 5 links a month on 2 to 3 top revenue pages. So how many links you send to your inner pages, we kind of look at it as like in proportion to the total amount of links that your website has. So like if your website has, 100 referring domains, would 20 to 30 links on an inner page be too much? And I would say yes, that would be way too much. It can happen though, like for, whatever reason, it can happen naturally that for whatever reason, one page on a website, even though it's not very big, gets linked to much more heavily than other pages. But in general, our advice is to really stay away from this kind of thing because you start getting you start tipping the scales in the favor of things just kind of starting to look unnatural. And if you're building these links yourself, you need to be trying to go the other direction, which is trying to get everything to be as natural as possible. So my advice to you on this would be do what the other sites are doing and build up the authority of your website on the on your homepage and some maybe hub pages like category pages, things like that, or just your blog roll page. These pages that link out to a bunch of other pages on your site that hopefully you have. And then you can also build links to, in addition to building, you can build links to the inner page, of course, but then you can also build links to your supporting content for that inner page. So maybe the page you're working on is like best headphones for whatever, best headphones, and then you had 10 articles about headphones just giving information. So you could build links to those 10 articles about headphones, and those headphones articles will then interlink to your money page, right? Kind of spreading the juice around that way. So if you're doing this, if you're building the authority of your overall domain, good amount of links to your homepage, good amount of links to category pages and other hub pages, good amount of links to your other informational content that's interlinked to your main content, your selling content. You're basically you're not gonna need to worry about going too heavy on building too many links to these inner pages, basically, because things will just take care of themselves and you're going to start ranking much better for the pages without having to build too many links to it. But yeah, I can't give you like an exact like percentage we really use for this kind of thing, like how to tell if it's too heavy. It's kind of something we just eyeball, and if it's too big of a percentage of the page of the total link count that the domain has, then we try to get away from that. What do you got on this one, Nick?
So, if you're asking this question and the way that it's written makes me think that you're somebody who has a pretty niche down site, you know which keywords you want to rank for. You're trying to go up against what I think are probably high authority websites, given that they're ranking with minimal interpage links. Then my guess is you're trying to kind of game the system. Your concept of what you're doing is, well, I'm going to take majority of my budget. I'm going to go to the inner pages strategically, which should give me a competitive advantage against these authority sites that don't have any inner page links. But the fact of the matter is, these authority sites are beating you out just because of the overall authority of their website, and you might be making or giving yourself a harder time by only focusing on your top 3 revenue pages. So
Yeah.
if every month you're literally giving your entire link building budget or majority of your link building budget, and when I say majority, even like 50, 60%, to these inner pages versus building up the overall authority of your entire site, then you could actually be hindering your ability to compete with these other pages. So you've got to be very careful with thinking that maximizing, quote, link juice to these inner pages is going to be your saving grace, because the fact of the matter is, oftentimes when we see people doing this, they're over optimizing anchors, and they're just making things look completely unnatural. And especially if you're going up against higher authority websites that are predominantly strong because of links hitting the homepage with natural anchors, then that's going to be something that's actually really hard to beat out in the SERPs, quite honestly.
And not to mention that and sorry to interrupt real quick, but not that it's only going to be hard, but it's just another thing that's not normal. Like you said, all of these other sites are these big sites with almost no links going to this article that they're trying to rank. And then you've got your article, who's a weak domain with a bunch of links going to the article. It sticks out like a sore thumb to Google. Why is this little site getting so many links to this article that these other huge authority sites with good information are not? It doesn't make sense. Why is yours getting so many links and theirs aren't?
Right.
It's just it's another thing in the unnatural pile that could end up hindering you. Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
I think that's about it. I don't. Yeah.
Gotcha. And yeah, like Nick was saying, this stuff can hinder you. It's something we kind of see somewhat often. People, their instinct is they think if they just build the links directly to the pages, that's like the best shot they have. And so this guy's got more authority to me, but if I build my links straight to the page, I'm going to outrank him.
Right.
What we see a lot of the times is people try this kind of thing and the site just, they get basically stuck on like page 2 or 3 and they have a ton of links going to these pages. And Google's basically kind of just said like, yeah, y'all are like, all right, but like something just kind of doesn't feel right. And it's like they just don't ever let them past a certain point. So yeah, build up the homepage, hub pages. You can link to your supporting content a little bit, but not too heavy. Yeah, just do all that stuff and focus on raising your authority. And like Nick was saying as well, if you are like a smaller kind of like sniper site, more niche down site, that's your advantage right there. Like you don't necessarily need to just hammer the inner page links and have a smaller niche down site. If that is the case, you could just still focus on building the authority of your site, and because it's a smaller niche down site, you could eventually, possibly, depends on how Google decides to do things, but you could still beat these other sites out with the same amount of inner page links and less authority, just by your site being a smaller, more focused site, and you're a topical authority on this thing, if that is the case.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Our favorite, or best practice for us is building overall authority to the homepage with natural anchors, building out the content, to the specific niche or topical map, and moving from there. So, without even seeing your site, I'm going to say go ahead and reverse back, quit sending these inner pages links, and start building up the overall authority of your asset.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.